For thousands of years, human beings looked up at the night sky with wonder. We saw cosmic dramas unfolding, great gods clashing, signs and omens of a year of plenty or a year of famine. Now we look up and ask different questions. Is the cosmos a result of blind chance? What lies behind the forces of matter and dark matter shaping our galaxy? Could there actually be a grand design? Or are we truly alone in the universe? Astronaut Sarah Hughes is about to find out.
And it's goodbye to the Russians. MSO2, this is Mission Specialist Sarah Hughes. До свидания.
Да пребудет с вами Бог, Dr. Hughes.
Whatever. Maybe next time Moscow will send me some real scientists. And that is enough of that. That's what I'm talking about. Hey there, sunshine.
International Space Station, this is Mission Control Houston.
Go ahead, Houston.
Are you lonely yet?
Hardly. I'm going to enjoy the silence.
Hate to rain on your parade, but the mission psychiatrist is going to check in on you tomorrow.
Any particular reason?
Well, it's just... We've never left an astronaut alone in the ISS before.
It's only 3 days. What? You guys afraid I'm gonna kirk out?
Of course not. We picked you because you were the most qualified.
Right.
You picked me because I was the least crazy.
Anything I can help you with in the meanwhile, Dr. Hughes?
Well, if I don't fall out of orbit or run out of oxygen, you'll have done enough.
Roger that. Just a reminder, we've got a live event at 1500 GMT. A bunch of middle school kids want to ask you some questions.
Including the most popular question of all.
How do you become an astronaut?
No. How do you go to the bathroom in outer space?
Call me if you need me.
Roger that.
Don't go crazy now, girl. You got 3 days of this.
Okay, guys. It's been almost 4 months. I think it's time we saw a little action here. Are you guys getting enough water? Are you getting too much water? Why am I asking you these questions? Because I'm supposed to talk to you. That's why.
Haley? Wait! Wait!
Haley! No, she's not there. It's not real.
Sarah? We need to talk. You're about to be in great danger. Sarah, let me in.
Space adaptation syndrome. We're surgeons. I'm hallucinating. There's nobody there.
I am here. We need to talk.
No.
Sarah.
Okay. You did not just see your sister. You did not just see a man in the airlock.
Hey, Space Station. You're awfully quiet up there.
Thanks for pointing that out, Houston.
Are you all right? You look a little frazzled.
Are you spying on me again?
Sorry, Doctor. Mission rules. Try and think of me as your guardian angel.
Well, if I believed in God, that would have some implications. But since I don't...
Roger that. Just a reminder, your live event is coming up in 15 minutes.
Oh, well. Would you mind if we postponed it? I don't know, until I, get back to Earth?
No can do, Dr. Hughes. We've got a bunch of future astronauts just waiting to bombard you with bathroom questions.
Great.
ISS, this is Mission Control Houston. Can we get a microphone check?
This is Mission Specialist, Dr. Sarah Hughes. How are you reading me?
Loud and clear, Dr. Hughes. Thank you. We're very happy to have with us a group of students from the South Potomac Middle School.
Welcome aboard.
Our first question is from a young lady named Samantha.
Hi.
Hello, Samantha. What is your question?
How do you go to the bathroom in outer space?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Samantha. We actually have a room up here called the Orbital Outhouse, and surprisingly, it works the same as your bathroom works at home, only with a lot more suction.
Our next question comes from Russell.
Hi, Russell.
Hi. Is it creepy being all by yourself up in space?
Well, I'm not exactly alone. I have my computers and my plants, my music, and the Capcom. He's always keeping me informed. It's like he's right here with me. Another question?
Yes. Our next question is...
What? Excuse me, kids.
This is Steve. We're all clear.
Houston, any data on that?
Negative, Space Station. Dr. Hughes, would you mind getting back to Central Post?
No, what is going on?
Insufficient data. Just get back to Central Post, please.
I'm on my way. Houston, have you got anything for me?
Negative, Dr. Hughes.
Well, I've got multiple alarms going off here.
Copy that.
Any suggestions?
Dr. Hughes, I'm gonna turn you over to Flight Director.
Doctor, this is Flight Director Jean Valens.
Go ahead, Flight.
We have minimal data at the moment, but obviously we're experiencing an unscheduled event.
You think?
Stand by. Okay, ECOM has just advised that we might be losing pressure in the Columbus module.
What do you mean, we?
Stand by, Dr. Hughes.
Standing by.
ISS, we're definitely losing pressure in the Columbus module. Possible penetration by a micrometeor.
Copy that. How micro?
Don't panic, Dr. Hughes. We have a contingency plan for this. Mind telling me what it is?
We will. as soon as we locate it.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here until you find it.
Negative, we want you to move into the airlock immediately.
The airlock?
It's the safest place in the station right now. It has plenty of oxygen and a spacesuit in case you need to evacuate.
I have to stay in the airlock.
Listen, Dr. Hughes. Sarah, this is a serious situation, but it's not life-threatening at the moment.
That's reassuring.
We're doing the best we can.
You will be able to see me in the airlock, right?
Yes, we have video there. In fact, we're looking at it right now.
And the only thing in the airlock are the spacesuits.
Yes.
What else would be in there?
Okay. I'm on my way.
Copy that.
You better call the shrink to get over here ASAP. I don't want her to blow.
You better call the Russians and see if they can launch that Soyuz tonight.
Duly noted, Capcom.
Houston, this is Hughes.
I'm in the airlock.
Copy that, Dr. Hughes.
Can you see me, Houston?
That's affirmative, Doctor. We have a visual.
How's that contingency plan coming?
We're working on that right now. We'll have something for you shortly.
Copy that.
Any progress?
Sarah, don't be afraid.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
I am the one you've been denying. The damage from the micrometeor is getting worse, Sarah. The solution is difficult, but if you'll put your trust in me, I can help get you through it.
No, I'm hallucinating. I must have SAS. I'm already losing oxygen.
Yes, explanations. Look and see. Touch. See that I have flesh and bones.
No. If I can hallucinate seeing you, I can just as easily hallucinate touching you. It wouldn't prove a thing. I'm imagining you.
Actually, Sarah, it's the other way around. I imagined you before you were in your mother's womb.
So you're saying the puncture is actually getting larger?
Based on the increase of pressure loss, it's reasonable to assume.
What are the options?
We can hope she holds out for the next 3 days till the next Soyuz launch.
Can't we just get the Russians to launch sooner?
Yeah, like right now.
Even if the Russians wanted to help, they can't just get up and go. These things take time.
Can the puncture be repaired?
Yes, maybe, but it'll require 2 people to pull off.
So you're Jesus then? Well, you don't look like the guy in the painting my mom had.
Sarah, my appearance is probably the thing least relevant to the situation you're in.
If your appearance doesn't matter, why show me your hand?
Clever, but irrelevant.
You want to talk about irrelevant? I'll tell you what's irrelevant. God's irrelevant. You're irrelevant. Humankind doesn't need some big daddy in the sky to explain why the sun comes up anymore. I don't need you anymore. When I was going off to space camp, do you know how many of your believers told me I was wasting my time? Do you know how much scientific progress has been held back by your church?
It grieves me every time. Sarah, I gave you such wonderful minds, capable of great beauty. No one should ever close the door on an open mind. But Sarah, do you know how many of the world's greatest scientific discoveries, gravitation, the heliocentric model, the human genome, were made by my servants? Some of your most valued colleagues at NASA call me Lord.
Yeah? Like who?
Your guardian angel, for one.
Flight. More bad news from the engineers. Looks like there's a leak in the cooling system. It's venting ammonia.
Out into space?
And inside the Columbus module. Eventually, it'll circulate throughout the whole space station.
If she inhales that, she's going to die.
Well, even smart people can believe in crazy things if it gets them through the night, I suppose.
Is it crazy to believe in things you can't see?
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? We can't see God. Not usually. At least not when we've got enough oxygen going to our brains. We can't see God. We can't measure God's mass. And we can't detect God's radiation signature or whatever.
Or whatever.
I'm a physiologist, not a physicist.
Sounds like something Bones would say. Star Trek. Speaking physiologically, the complexity of your own body is in itself a whole universe of interconnected chemical and electrical processes all happening inside you.
Yeah. Irreducible complexity, right? I'm familiar with the argument of intelligent design, the unimaginable perfect structure of the eye, and so forth.
I just think it's neat.
Nature's ability to develop that kind of complexity over billions of years is what's neat. Evolution is maybe the most impressive and yet beautifully simple scientific theory in all of biology.
So you only believe in what you can measure, is that right?
Yes.
How do you measure the love that you had for your little sister?
I don't want to talk about her.
I know. And that's why you turned your back on faith after you lost her. Sarah, it's time for us to deal with that grief, you and I. In a while, you'll be asked to do the most difficult task you've ever been given. And you won't be able to do it without me.
Why can't engineers ever drum up good news? Any ideas on what we should tell her? Hey, is she talking to us?
Sorry.
Her squawk box is off.
Maybe she's praying. That's what I would do, and I'm agnostic.
She'd be the last person to pray.
Dr. Hughes, this is Mission Control.
We did not copy your last transmission. Can you repeat?
They can't see or hear me.
Dr. Hughes, do you read me?
Yes, Houston. I read you.
Is everything all right up there?
No, everything is not all right.
Copy that.
Capcom. I know the doctor doesn't usually ask this, but I'm asking you.
Give it to me straight. Please.
Roger that, Dr. Hughes. As you know, the micrometeor caused some atmospheric pressure loss aboard the station. And it's extended to the coolant system, which is leaking ammonia, threatening to poison your oxygen supply. Now, the damage is small and no longer seems to be increasing. So, hopefully, if it doesn't worsen, you should have plenty of time for us to coordinate a repair and rescue.
Roger that.
You have a bunch of really smart people down here working on every option. Try not to worry. We'll have a plan for you shortly.
Copy that. And thank you.
Standing by.
You knew. You said danger was coming before the meteorite hit. How did you know?
I live beyond time.
How is that possible?
I created time.
No, you're not real. Go away. You can't be.
Sarah, let's reason together. Can a hallucination predict the future?
No. I could only know what I know.
I have a plan for your future too, Sarah.
Get me out of here.
To bring you eternal life.
Am I gonna die out here?
Not if you'll trust me. You're willing to take a step into the unknown. A leap of faith. A leap of faith.
A spacewalk? Are you serious? You can't be serious.
Well, it's happened before. The Canadians performed a spacewalk and replaced the pump control.
The Canadians had 2 astronauts. We only have 1. And last time I checked, spacewalks aren't her forte.
Well, how many EVA hours has Dr. Hughes logged in?
None. 0.
She's never done a spacewalk?
In training, yes. Underwater.
That's not very reassuring. I didn't know that.
There has to be another way.
There's none. If we're to stop the leak so that she can survive long enough for a rescue, it has to happen from outside the hull.
Well, her training wasn't that long ago. Hopefully, she's got a good memory.
Tell me. If you're not a hallucination, was that really her I saw before? Was that Haley?
Your sister loved you very much. She still does.
And I loved her. And then you took her away. Why did you do that?
I understand your pain.
Don't you dare.
It's the truth. My heart aches in ways that you can never know. Because my thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways. I'm sorry to say, Sarah, there are some things that are not for you to comprehend.
How convenient for you. What a handy little out you've got there.
Johannes Kepler said that science is thinking God's thoughts after him. Humanity's most brilliant minds have only scratched the surface of the universe. If I tried to show you the true workings that govern the billions of galaxies, much less the billions of lives on Earth, you could no more comprehend even a fraction of it than a 3-year-old could grasp the theory of relativity.
So I'm just supposed to take it on faith. That Haley was taken for a good reason. That it wasn't just some random drunk driver. And I'm supposed to be okay with the fact that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's in a better place. If you love her, she's still very much alive.
When she was little, we used to take care of the house plants together. I was in charge of watering them, and she would rotate them throughout the windows to make sure they had the perfect light. And she would say to me, "I'm your sunshine." That's how she became interested in nature, in science. What I'm doing up here, this was her dream. She had so much potential, and now she's gone.
So that's what she's become to you, a dream that died.
She was so young, and now she's gone.
And that's what she'll always be to you. Sarah, until you learn to forgive, you can't move on and face your fears. And her light will be set forever.
Okay, so the plan is she goes back to the PMM and finds a replacement pump control unit. But does she even know where to look?
We'll tell her exactly where it is.
Then she exits the ISS, replaces the unit, and we're done.
Spacewalks aren't trivial. We don't do them for fun. There's a reason why we put astronauts through all that training.
Yes, it's so that when they're confronted with a problem, they can keep their focus on finding solutions.
Let's hope so. Otherwise, you're gonna need a miracle.
We're gonna need one either way.
You realize no one will ever believe me, right? I have a reputation, you know. The proud skeptic.
Can I tell you a secret, Sarah? You're never a skeptic, not really. When pain and anger are allowed to fester in your heart, it becomes easy to doubt anything good, even yourself. I remember the first time you were up here. When you saw that view, you thought, how could all this have happened?
By accident.
International Space Station, this is Mission Control Houston.
Go ahead, Houston.
Dr. Hughes, we now have a plan in place to repair the damage to the Columbus module.
Copy that.
But I have to tell you, it's going to be tricky.
Please define tricky.
We just sent you the procedure.
I hope she's up for this.
Don't worry. If I know Sarah, she's not gonna let us down.
You guys want me to do a spacewalk?
That's affirmative.
You realize I've never done this before.
That's also affirmative. But we are going to be with you
Every step of the way.
All of us.
Copy that, Houston. I can't do this.
Sarah, don't you realize that with me, all things are possible?
Look, if you really are God, why don't you just go fix the puncture?
I am going to fix it. And I'm going to use you to do it.
She'll put on the MMU and exit the space station.
The man maneuvering unit.
Yes.
A device she's never used before.
Dr. Hughes is a fully trained astronaut. She wouldn't be flying if she wasn't.
I think we'd be minimizing the risk if she were tethered to the ship. Have her crawl out to the unit on her own.
No, she has to carry a drill and the replacement unit. That's way too much for one person to carry, even clipped to her suit.
That's why we need a second astronaut.
Which we don't have.
Oh no.
The puncture's widened again.
That'll make the air unbreathable sooner, and even that was too soon.
Well, how much time does she have?
Too early to say. Engineer needs more data. Hours, a day if she's lucky. But nobody will be able to reach her by then.
Then the spacewalk has to happen now. She can clip her tools and the replacement unit to her suit. I don't like it either, but we don't have any other choice. Your call.
For once, I think we're forced to agree.
ISS, this is Mission Control.
Go ahead, Capcom.
You are cleared for EVA.
Copy that.
I've been asked to remind you that engineering prefers that unit be replaced within the hour, or the air supply will be contaminated.
Yeah, I know. Copy that, Houston.
Anything we can do for you?
Now, just give me a minute to finish suiting up, and I'll depressurize the airlock.
Roger. You got this.
Roger that.
Courage, Sarah. My spirit will be with you.
I thought you said you were coming with me.
Spirit and I are one.
Yeah, but out there I could use another pair of hands.
It's called stepping out of the boats. When Peter stepped off the boat, he walked on water.
Yeah, didn't he sink?
When he began to take his eyes off of me and look more at the waves, yes.
That's how it's gonna happen to me.
Everyone is afraid of failure, Sarah. Some so afraid they won't even try. I'm here to help you step off the boat. If you can do that, I can help you get back in.
Houston, I'm ready.
Okay, Capcom. I'm exiting the airlock.
Copy that. Time is of the essence, but take it slow and steady.
Okay. I'm on my way.
Engineering estimates 1 hour to catastrophic contamination.
Sarah, this might not mean much to you, but there's at least one of us down here praying for you.
Thank you, Capcom. You can add me to the list.
Houston, I have a visual on the puncture. It's about 30 meters away.
Copy that. Can you switch on your body cam?
You're not going to be able to see much, Houston. It's beginning to look like Christmas out here.
Roger that.
Okay, Christ. Focusing on you. Okay. You got this. Houston, I'm within 3 meters.
Copy that. Dr. Hughes, we have a visual on that puncture. I hope you remember to bring your snowshoes.
Copy that. I just hope you guys have a procedure to get this stuff off me.
Darn. New engineering data suggests catastrophic in less than 20 minutes. Tell her to hurry.
Don't tell her anything. That's shaky data at best, and if she hurries, she'll make a mistake. Slow and steady.
Slow and steady will get her killed. Tell her to fix that leak now.
I'm not telling her anything unless there's a consensus and it's constructive. She's going fast as she can. Is everything all right?
I'm stuck. I'm either out of tether or I'm caught on something.
It's plenty long enough. It must be tangled.
Dr. Hughes, can you turn around and see if you can spot any abnormalities?
Negative, Houston. I can't see a thing.
Are you close enough to reach the pump control unit?
Negative again, Houston. I might be able to reach the first two, but I'll never reach the others.
Anybody got any ideas?
She could retrace her steps.
There's not enough time. It took her this long just to get out there. Detach the tether.
Are you insane? She'll float out into space.
It's either that or suffocate. The Russians are 2 days away.
She can't make the repair without a tether.
Houston, I'm turning back.
Don't turn around.
No, I can't reach the unit.
Roger that. Just keep trying. You have to get free now.
I am trying. Oh, please. Please. Oh, I could use a hand. Anybody? Haley? I need you. Please.
Please. Please.
Save me, Lord. Save me, Lord. Houston, please be advised. I've reached the unit. I'm commencing repairs. There is a guy.
Roger that.
She's gonna make it.
Not a moment too soon. You realize, of course, we're gonna have to say something to the press.
Like what?
We'll think of something.
Tell them the truth. It was a miracle.
Good luck with that.
Houston, this is International Space Station.
Go ahead, Space Station.
I'm showing normal air circulation with minimal traces of ammonia.
Copy that. We're showing the same data down here. Doctor, just want to let you know, you're a bit of a hero down here.
I am?
Oh yeah. The media can't get enough of you. Your parents have been on the television non-stop.
They must be loving that. Well, my mother anyway.
You're a bit of a hero to us, too.
Can I tell you something? I had a lot of help.
I believe it.
I don't think you have any idea.
Why don't you tell me all about it when you get back?
Roger that.
And now the bad news.
Oh?
That little Q&A you were having with those middle school students?
Yeah.
We promised them we'd finish that up today.
Well, at least I got the bathroom question out of the way.
Well, before we were so rudely interrupted, we had a group of future astronauts here who had some questions.
Well, I'm ready when they are.
First off, we have Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, Dr. Hughes. It's an honor to speak with you.
It's an honor to speak with you too, Alex. What's your question?
Well, after going into space, do you feel lonely? Like we're alone in the universe? Or do you think there's a God?
That's a tough question. Well, Alex, I haven't seen an alien yet, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. I guess, in some ways, being in space is a lot like being on Earth. You have some days where you feel incredibly lucky, and others, you just feel like quitting. But I don't know anyone who could come up here and see what I've seen and not believe in some greater mystery. Up here, it's easy to imagine there's more to it. I think if we try to remember the love of our friends and family, even the ones we've lost, we never feel alone.
Great question. Who's next?
Hey there, sunshine.